Hello there, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now today I'm here to answer a question for a young man who's about to embark upon a potential adventure in his life which will change his life, and he wants some advice about how to dress for the all-important interview which may lead to that change for him. And today's question comes from Mick Fryer, who says, "Sir, I need your help. What should I wear to my interview to join the Australian military in 2 weeks' time? Will you give me a fragrance recommendation? I hope to join the Royal Australian Navy as a communications operator." Well, firstly, Mick, congratulations on choosing for your future the noble profession of the armed forces. It is without doubt a path which you will follow, which will open doors for you. It will open adventures to you, unique opportunities in your life which will never come the way for people who choose the corporate path. The military is a very different aspect to one's life. It's a noble profession. It's absolutely necessary in the modern world, and it will undoubtedly deliver for you a life of difference and service, which will allow you to enter a community. No, not a community, a brotherhood of people who you will be with for the rest of your life. People who have taken the oath and done so to protect the lives of those around them. So, you're about to embark upon an interview which will choose, or they will choose, whether you are to be part of their team or not. Now, the way that you present yourself at this interview is going to be very, very important. It is in any interview, obviously, because when you walk into a room to be considered for a job, the people in that room have never seen you before. And all they've got to go on is perhaps some paperwork about you, but that Mark 1 human eyeball is going to go to work as soon as you walk into that room. And if you're a smart and presentable young man, that will leave an impression which is going to be positive. If you walk into the room in a slovenly, lackadaisical fashion, that is also going to leave an impression which you're going to have to work hard to overcome to win over your interviewers. Absolutely, what we want to do is leave the best impression to make sure they know that you are the right person for the job. Now, some people will say that's shallow. We shouldn't judge people by their appearance. But in situations like this, it is human instinct to look at somebody and make a judgment and be under no misunderstanding. When you walk into a room to join the military, the Royal Australian Navy, as you say, you are going to be judged from the moment they lay eyes upon you, because they're trying to work out, and particularly if the individuals are members of that organisation themselves, they will consider themselves to be the gatekeeper for that body. They are not going to have troublemakers, ruffians, scruffy people joining their organisation, because they're not going to let it happen. If they've got the power to say no, you want to make sure that they are going to say yes, and you start by making the best first impression, particularly when you're going into an interview for the armed forces, because the armed forces of any country is a uniformed organisation, and when you wear a uniform, you understand that what you're doing is entering into a state of conformity. That's what the word uniform means. We all look the same so that we can all tell each other that we're all part of the same team. In combat, you see your contemporaries, your colleagues, they're on your side because they're wearing the same uniform as you, right? This is where, dressing well in this sort of situation is going to go in your favour. So, what should you wear? Let's start with a suit, shall we? Because this is one of those situations in life where people always say you're going to need a suit for weddings, funerals and job interviews. And this is that such case. But for a military interview of this nature, and you can apply this to the corporate world as well, all right? We are wanting to be uniform in the way we go in there. I would suggest a simple, single-breasted, two-piece suit, which will probably be of either navy colour or charcoal grey, all right? Today is not the day to pull out that bizarre coloured suit that you've had for some time, which you consider to be your best suit, but you've never found a situation to wear it. No, sir, not today. Today is the day you want to fit in and show people you can conform. And as I say, a simple suit, simple colours. Steer clear of pinstripe or tweed or anything bizarre. I wouldn't even go for a three-piece suit, all right, because it's a little bit too fancy. We just want to pare this down to as simple as possible, because when it's simple, it's easy to get right. So a simple two-piece suit, nicely done. However, what we want to do is pay attention to the delivery of that suit. So I expect you to have super sharp creases on the trousers. Go to work with the iron, a pressing cloth. If you don't want to know how to do it, I've made a video on how to press dress trousers. Get on there, watch that video, and make sure you could split the atom with the crease on your trousers, because it will be noticed. Don't think it won't. The guys sitting interviewing you, they know how to use an iron. And one of the reasons I suggest it's worth doing that, because what you're doing at this early stage is demonstrating to the people who are interviewing you that you know your way around an iron. And that's an important part of the early days of somebody joining the military. In basic training, you'll be spending a lot of time with an iron. And if you can show them, I can already do that, I have mastered that skill, it gives them confidence that they can bring you into the organisation and you're somebody who takes pride in your appearance, and you can already do one of the things that they're going to teach you. So get that ironing done. Also make sure that your jacket, whilst the trousers are spick and span and super sharp, don't neglect the jacket, the coat of your suit. Make sure there's no lint on it, make sure you get a brush it all off. And if there are any creases, steam them out the night before. Use a steamer, get that jacket looking spot on. But make sure that it looks good. Keeping it simple, but making the simple work well by being superbly delivered with great creases. And a little tip for you, when it comes to the way that you wear your suit, all right, a lot of people neglect this in the modern era, but when you are standing up, maybe when you're walking around, going into the room, make sure your jacket is buttoned up, all right? Most people these days, they never button their suit jacket up, it's always flapping open, and that's not the way it's meant to be worn. A suit is designed, the jacket is designed to be worn with the button done up. Make sure you do that button up. If it's a two-button jacket, leave the bottom button undone. They're designed for that. It's a protocol thing, but always do your button up. Then when you come to sit down, unbutton the jacket, and you will look more comfortable, but that's the way to do it. So make sure you get it done. Now, I've said a suit. I appreciate, as a younger person, you may not own a suit. If you don't own a suit, a blazer and a nice pair of trousers could be pressed into service instead. It's not going to be the best route to take, but if you don't own a suit, don't go out and get into debt or spend big money on it. But if you own a blazer and you've got, say, a pair of grey flannel slacks, or in Australia, it's summertime there at the moment, maybe a pair of nice chinos that you can get a nice crease on, equally as good a way to go, but the suit's going to be your first choice. Now, the next thing I'm going to pick on, and you could have guessed with this, it's going to be your footwear. The shoes that you wear into a military interview undoubtedly are going to fall under the scrutiny of the people you will be speaking to. Now, for me, black is the only shoe colour I would be wearing into a meeting like this, and I would go for something as simple as possible. If you own it, a black cap-toe Oxford, and the reason I suggest that is because you can get a damn good shine on those shoes. All right? And nothing less than a damn good shine is what they're going to expect to see. So if you have the skills, a mirror shine. I've made numerous videos on mirror shines. I'll link some in the show notes for you, but get a mirror shine on there if you possibly can, because it will be noticed. They will look down, as everybody invariably does when they meet somebody new for the first time, and if they see a mirror shine on the shoes, again, they know you've got one of the skills which will be necessary in military life, and they can tick that off. They're not looking at a snowflake who doesn't know how to put a brush to his shoes. This is somebody who's made the effort. You've dressed up. You've shown them what they expect to see in this interview. It will pay dividends. Go to work with the polish, the brush. It's going to do the job for you. If you don't own a pair of black Captor Oxfords and you've only got, say, a pair of brogues, that's fine. Do what you can with what you've got, but just make sure it's evident to the people that you're meeting. You've made the effort and that shine is there for their behalf. And the other thing I would say, make sure you wear black socks, all right? If you're wearing a pair of black shoes, black socks are absolutely essential. Don't be going with anything weird like red or purple or anything like that. Your lucky socks, I don't care if they're your lucky socks, they're not going to be your lucky socks in your military job interview if they're anything other than black. So go with that. Now, let's move up the body to a degree. The shirt that you wear. Now, you've got a number of choices on the face of it here. You could either wear, light blue, pink even. But for me, there's only one choice, and that's going to be white, all right? The reason I say white, it is the most formal corporate colour. People will expect to see a white shirt. And another thing about a white shirt, which people often overlook, it tells the people that you're meeting, in this situation, your interviewees or interviewers, that you know how to manage your laundry well. Because I tell you what, my wife and I, we had a meeting the other day with a salesman. My wife's lease period on her car was coming to an end, and we went into the garage to discuss, the end of the contract, new one coming in, whatever. And the young salesman, probably about 20 years of age, who dealt with us, he was wearing, it was summertime, a few weeks ago, he was wearing a white shirt and chinos, right? He was a smart lad in his physical appearance, but his white shirt was grubby, grimy. It looked like he'd worn it for a number of days, and it was visibly dirty. And as I walked out of the store, the showroom with my wife turned to me and said, "Did you see that guy's shirt? It was bloody filthy." What an impression in a customer-facing situation to leave on others that you can't take care of your shirt. So when you wear a white shirt, you're showing the people, look, I have mastery over my laundry, all right? My shirt is crisp, it's clean, it's recently been ironed to perfection, and it's sparkling white. Again, you're demonstrating a skill that they will expect to see in the military. Now, the next thing I'm going to touch on is the accessories that you choose to wear with those core elements that we've already talked about. Now, what I'm going to say is go easy, go light on the accessories in this situation. Normally, I say to people when we're getting dressed up, when we intend to be the best dressed man in the room, the intentionally well-dressed man, we use the accessories to express our personality. However, in this situation, remember, you're trying to demonstrate that you are a conformist. You can dress well without being eccentric, and this is how we're going to do it with your accessories. Firstly, pocket squares. I normally say to people, never leave the house if your garment has got a breast pocket without a pocket square. Today, I'm going to say, maybe not. Maybe today's the day you can omit a pocket square from your outfit. Or, this is what I would do, I would wear a pocket square, but I would wear a simple white pocket square in a presidential straight fold with just about a quarter or half an inch poking above the pocket. It shows you've made the effort and you're a sharp dresser, but without a big spill of colourful silk, babbling out of your pocket. We don't want that. That makes us look weird, right? We want to look sharp and hyper-presentable. Simple is the key today. No pocket square or just a white one. Your tie is an opportunity for you here because if you are in a body which is useful to you. So let me say, maybe you've been an army cadet, an air cadet, a sea cadet, a boy scout, an adventure scout, whatever it is in the nation where you're from, if you've been a member of a body like that, that is really valuable. It's an asset to people who are joining the military. It shows you know teamwork, you know how to work with other people striving towards a common purpose. You want to show that to the interviewers. So wear the scout's tie or the air cadet tie or whatever it is where you're coming from, because it will be noticed, right? These are the one people on the planet who look at things like that and they will draw something from it. They may even mention it. They might say to you, "Ooh, what's the tie?" And you can say, I'm a sea cadet. And it will be, it shows them that you're interested in your outfit. You've deliberately worn that tie because specifically pertinent to that day, but also you're proud of your appearance, you're proud of your affiliation with that body, and that's what they want to see for people who are joining their entity. Now, if you don't have that association, maybe you're a member of a rugby club or a cricket club or something like that. Equally, that's the time to wear it, because they might say, oh, is that, what tie is that? And it's, oh, I don't know, I'm a member of Melbourne Cricket Club. And they say, oh, okay. It tells them teamwork, sporty, exactly what they want to hear. Use your tie as an opportunity to advertise yourself for the person that you are. Now, if you're not a member of anything, go for a simple tie in a block colour, something like a burgundy coloured tie, which is not going to argue with any of the other items that you're wearing. Do not be wearing anything ludicrous, bright colours, or strong patterns. Keep it simple. Remember, this is all about conformity, uniformity. And I would personally choose a half Windsor knot. Some people would say a 4-in-hand is a little easier. For me, half Windsor gives you an almost perfect triangular tie knot. It's symmetrical. Symmetry is the friend of the military. Go with that. So there we go. And also, don't forget a lapel badge. So if you are a member of something and there's no tie for it, is there a lapel badge you can wear? It will be noticed. These are the guys who wear their own lapel badges. If you're a member of the British Legion, or if your youth club or a scout group has a lapel badge, it'll be noticed. They'll ask about it. And again, it's an opportunity for you to demonstrate to them that you're a damn good person who would be that perfect pick to join their entity. Don't omit the opportunity. Or if you've got an achievement which is visible on a badge, maybe you've done a Duke of Edinburgh's award scheme or something of that nature from your country, wear it today. That is the day. That's why the badge was given to you, to wear it, to show others, and for you to be proud. Now, moving on to personal grooming, goes without saying, right? A good haircut, a couple of days before your interview is where you want to be. Short back and sides. All right, I don't care if a mullet is your personal choice or long hair. If you want to join the military, short back and sides is where you want to be. Don't get your head shaved, looks a bit silly, but simple short back and sides. And when it comes to your facial hair, I would suggest a shave because I'm a clean shaven person. But, now isn't the time for your trendy designer stubble, because it just looks like you haven't shaved and it looks like you can't be bothered with your personal grooming. Makes people look a little bit grubby sometimes. Have a shave. Make sure you're clean shaven, because that's what you're going to be when you join the military. All right, on parade, clean shave. That's what it's going to be. I know the Navy get beards, but I think that probably comes a little later on in the career. You asked me to refer you to a fragrance. Now, for me, a situation like this, yes, I would definitely go for a fragrance. I hear statistics which say 85% of men never bother wearing any form of cologne. For me, that's an opportunity missed to smell good, because people react well to people who smell good, and we react badly to people who smell bad. So definitely be in the smell good category. Now, for me, I wouldn't be taking no risks with any brutal, super masculine fragrances here. It turns some people off, even if they're popular. I mean, Sauvage by Dior, everybody wears it or used to wear it. For me, it just rubs me up the wrong way. I don't like it. I got a bottle. I don't like it. It's just too powerful. Pick something which is universally loved. For me, if it was my interview, the fragrance I would choose would be Bleu de Chanel, because it's just universally accepted as a pretty lovely fragrance, and it smells fresh and clean. That's the smell you want people to remember you by. The fresh and clean guy. What more can you ask for? Now, finally, all of these preparations could be for naught if you don't exhibit the confidence of your conviction. So, if you're a little bit shy and you slope your shoulders and you look down and you don't make eye contact, that doesn't show confidence. You want to throw your shoulders back, chest out, suck your guts in, and be proud of the clothing that you wear and the man that you are, because that's what they will want to see. So be conscious, throw those shoulders back, and wear your clothing with pride and passion. As I frequently say, own it. Make that look your look. Now, if you're not accustomed to wearing suits, and you may feel uncomfortable wearing them, don't wait until the big day. to try them out, all right? Wear them around the house so that you get comfortable with the way that the clothing fits and sits on your body. Maybe your shirt cuff comes a little bit too low on the collar. At the cuff, you can alter it a little. You can wear, armbands. But you won't get to know these little nuances of your clothing unless you try them out. So wear them around, become comfortable with them. You do those things, you walk into that room, and that's one less thing you have to worry about on the day of your interview. You know you're going to knock them for 6 with your appearance. Then you can focus on answering those questions. Now, I can't give you any tips about answering those questions, other than the fact, undoubtedly, they're going to ask you, why do you want to join the military? You can prepare for that one for sure, but at least you won't have to worry about your appearance. So there we go. Let me know how you get on. I look forward to joining us in the brotherhood of people who have taken the oath to protect their nations. It's a noble and proud path to take. If you would like to support the channel, you could leave me a comment, drop me a question via email. You can buy me a coffee, or you could even become a patron for as little as £3 a month, and you can benefit from the additional weekly videos which I provide for my patrons, and I also answer their questions on a personal basis over there. And if you want to find out how to do that, you will find the links in the show notes below. So until the next time, take care, dress well, and I'll see you again very soon.